All right, what's going on, guys? I'm doing my first book review. I read a lot of books, listen to a lot of books, and try and get a lot of more brothers into reading and listening to books. So I'm gonna kind of start doing some reviews, giving some insight of what the books is about. You can do what you want to do with them. A lot of times what I do is I prefer Audible, because then I can listen to it while I'm working out. You can listen to it while you in the car riding. I prefer to get all my books off Audible, which has a subscription base, $15 a month. You can get one book each month for $15. You keep going, or if you want to, you can just purchase a book. If you don't want to do a subscription, you can just purchase a book. So that's one way to do it. But today I'm going to be talking about this book called Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. Really great book. I probably listened to this book about 2 years ago now. And even though I did it 2 years ago, even though now I still sometimes might get it, and just to go back over it, just to get some kind of encouragement, and I get some words from it. And this is the book where everybody get the 10,000 hours from. Like, you got to put 10,000 hours worth of work. Well, most successful people has put 10,000 hours worth of work in their craft. It all comes from this book, and they have a lot of examples. This is not just a success book like you can do it, and like it's not an infomercial book. This book has examples of people who use these steps and these things happen to make them successful. And some of it is just circumstances. Believe it or not, some people's success is just based on circumstances, being in the right place at the right time, knowing the right people, saying the right things. And even with Bill Gates, which is in the book, what people don't know is Bill Gates had more programming hours as a child in high school than most grown men had at that time, because he just happened to go to one of the schools who had a computer program for the students in the 70s, which was unheard of. It was a very influential private school in Washington. He just happened to go there. He just happened to be able to practice so much with his friend, who also was a co-owner of Microsoft. So he just happened to be at the right school, the right time, to be exposed to the right circumstances to become Bill Gates. And he practiced. So that's why coding is so easy to him, because he had so much work he put into it. So it was nothing to him. And they repeat these examples over and over and over again. So guys, Audible. It's good to read books, but I know a lot of people don't have time to actually sit down and read, because everybody's life is moving fast. But Audible is a very easy way to listen to books while you're on the go. Pretty much no excuses. You listen to music, you can listen to books. Give you a couple other good examples in there. It's another good one. Success. Talking about ice hockey. What most people don't know, in the ice hockey ranks was in Canada, those guys take their hockey serious. And he did a test, and he found out that it seems like why all the great hockey players are born in January, February, and March. Well, it's because what the people in Canada realize is that kids born in those months, when most sports you sign up before your birthday. So you have to sign up at whatever age group you're in. So what happens is those kids, they sign up in the right age group, but they end up they're actually bigger, because by the time that sport is in season, they're actually a year older, which means they're actually playing with less competition, and they're able to actually be better players. And they just better because they're bigger. And when you're big, you get picked to all-stars. You get all-stars, you get better coaches. And it's just something that just goes on and on and on. And it's just those simple things of like success that you don't really think about, but it's true. Circumstances. Another great example they did about the Beatles. People wonder why the Beatles were so great. People knows that the Beatles used to play in strip clubs before they were as big as they were. And what happened was that they were playing these bars that didn't close. So if you wanted to get the time in, if you wanted to perform, you got to play whatever time they tell you to play. So the Beatles would do 8-hour sets. And anybody who knows anything about music, 8-hour sets, that's a lot of playing. Ain't no problem, Courtney. That's a lot of playing. 8-hour sets. I play music. That's a lot of playing. And so they had so many of these sets at these strip clubs that by the time they got the call, well, not the call, but by the time they were presented the opportunity to get a record deal for a bigger audience, that's why they were so good, because they had got so much practice in. They got their 10,000 hours in. Like I said, everybody don't know about, you ever hear about the 10,000 hours? It all comes from this book, Malcolm Gladwell, Outliers. There's a whole bunch of great examples. I don't want to give you too much of the book because I do want you guys to listen to it. Like I said, you can read it for paperback, but I prefer Audible because I can listen to it at my pace, my speed, and I can do things and still listen to it, cut grass, whatever you do. But I'm trying to get more people into reading, guys. Reading or listening to books, just knowledge, because it is power. So that's my book. I do a lot of books, so I'm gonna try to do more often. Just a quick, I'm not gonna tell you all about the book, just a quick outline of the books that I'm talking about that week or whatever. But the name of the book is Malcolm Gladwell, Outliers. You can find it anywhere, everywhere. He's actually one of my favorite authors, to be honest with you. I'm gonna talk about he's got a book called Blank. I'll talk about that later, but signing off, guys. Malcolm Gladwell, Outliers. Check it out. Like and share. Get a book. Like I say, you don't want to get a book, download Audible. It's $15 a month. Or you can just pay for the book yourself. Check it out.